Welcome back to Skillers Swim Revit Architecture course. In this video, we start with the building modeling part. Let's begin with how to create, use and modify walls.
To draw walls, go to Architecture, click on Wall. We have option for wall architectural, wall structural, wall by face, wall sweep and wall reveal. We'll see what wall architectural does. Click on wall architectural. In properties, we can see that by default it takes basic wall of generic material and thickness 200 mm. If we click on the drop down, we have various walls already embedded in the template. That is, these are the compound walls. Compound wall is nothing but a wall made up of different types of materials. Generic wall, these generic walls are the general kind of walls where we can modify our materials and all. Next is the curtain walls. These curtain walls are of three types, that is curtain wall, exterior glazing and storefront. These have mullions, grids and glass panels attached to them. And we have stacked wall. These stacked walls are these are also a type of compound wall, but the thing is the materials here are stacked one above the other. Okay, so there are these many types of walls. As per our requirement, we can use any of the wall. Right now I want to use a generic wall of 200 mm. Okay, and the one thing, there are two types of drawing. One is we can convert the plan to the modeling, or we can directly model. Okay, this is a 2D drawing which I want to convert to 3D, and these are the exterior walls. I want this 200 mm wall to be my exterior wall, so I just go on tracing. Other than this, what I can do is I can click, give some length, let me say 5 meter, and I have to change the direction and give the next dimension, and I can draw wall like this. Okay, but what if I want to change the some of the properties? For example, I have to change the thickness of my wall. It is 200 mm, but I want to change it to 230 mm. So what I can do is I have to click on the wall, go to edit type. I have to make sure that I am replicating it, or I'm making a duplicate of this, so that its original property is not changed. Okay, so I'll duplicate it and give it a name of 230 mm wall. Click on OK. In parameters, under the value section, I have edit. Here I have to click on edit. Here I can see that there is a slot for thickness. It is by 200. I have to change it to 230 because I am changing my wall from 200 to 230. So click on OK, apply, OK. If I measure, see, it is 230 mm, but the before one is still 200 because the thickness of only this wall has been changed. To change all the others, what I can do is I can select all the walls which I have to change, and I just have to search for this basic wall that was of 230 mm that I created. Click on it. That's it. This also gets changed. What if I want to draw an interior wall of 150 mm? Again I have to go to architecture, click on wall, select any of the generic type wall, go to edit type, duplicate it, make it 150, name it as 150 wall. You can name it whatever you want, but for better understanding, I'm typing it as 150 wall. Okay, go to edit. This is the important step, we should not miss this, because if I only rename and does not change the thickness, it still gives me a 200 wall. So I have to be careful that I am changing its thickness as well. Click on OK and OK. In the properties, I can see that a 150 wall has been created. I can use it to draw my interior walls. Okay, and while drawing, I have option here, that is location line. Whether I'm drawing my wall keeping the center line as reference, or am I using my exterior wall or interior wall finish to do it so. This can be set here in wall location. I can click, if I click wall finish exterior, the exterior wall, okay, the exterior wall is placed on the reference line. Exterior face of the wall is placed on the reference line. If I click on wall center line, the center line of 150 wall is placed on the reference line. That is the green line that I can see here. Okay, so this is one thing. And in the constraints, in the properties of constraints, we can see that we can set the location line, which is also here. We can change either here or here. Base constraint, by default, whenever we take the wall, it is level 1. Base constraint is always level 1. This we can change according to our drawing. If we have to give any base offset, if I give positive values, it takes offset above level 1, and if I give a negative offset, it takes the wall below level 1. And top constraint by default it is unconnected, but if we have any levels, for example, this is 230 wall. I want this wall to be from ground level to plinth from ground level to slab. In previous videos we saw how to set the levels, so I can change it base constraint to top constraint, but whereas the interior walls I can keep it from plinth level to lintel level only. So all that can be done here. Okay, by default it is unconnected and it is of 8 meter, so we can change it to level 1, takes level 1. Okay, and I want to change all the exterior and interior walls constraints. Okay, so this is the exterior wall of 230 thickness. If I click on it and right click, it shows me select all instances visible in view. In this view, all the 230 wall get selected. These are the number of walls, that is there are 4 number of 230 walls, all the 4 have been selected. Here I am changing base constraint, I want it to be level 1, and top constraint, it is by default unconnected. I can take it up to the level of 2, or what I can do is I can change its height here. Let me say 3.6 meter. Okay, and if I see the 3D view of it, these are my exterior walls. Okay, of height 3.6 meters, but these are the interior walls whose top constraint I haven't changed it. So let's do it. Click on 150 wall, select all instances visible in view. Okay, keep top constraint as unconnected and unconnected height of say 3.6 meter. But also what I want is I want a base offset. That is, I want my interior walls 600 mm above my level 1. Okay, so I'm giving base offset of 600. Okay, so where I can see this, I can see it in my elevation views. I'll take south elevation. Okay, this is my south elevation. This is 150 mm wall. I'll change the view here. In visibility graphic, I'll give wireframe. Okay, this is 150 mm wall at an offset of 600 mm. Okay, but when I gave the offset of 600 mm from the base constraint and kept the height 3.6, it has gone beyond my level 2, right? So to change that, what I'll do, I'll select this, select all instances, visible in view. There are 4 interior walls, base constraint level 1, base offset 600, top constraint I'll change it to level 2, and the exterior walls, these are the exterior walls of 250 mm, visible in view, I'll change it to level 2 as well. If I go to 3D view, this is how my walls look. I'll change the visual styles, okay, to shaded. So this is how we create walls, okay, of desired thickness, and we can also apply the material that we want. Now we'll see how to modify our walls. Okay, I want to give a opening. Okay, I want to give a opening to this wall. I'll select the wall, this wall. Okay, this wall I'll select. I'll go to edit profile, and while editing profile I have to make sure that I am in one of the elevation views, any one of the elevation views. Okay, here I'll select the south. Here I have different tools, okay, to draw. What I'll do, I'll draw a line like this. Okay, I'll trim it to here to here, and I have to make sure that this is a closed line. Okay, and if I want to give any arc shape and all, I can do it from here. Delete. So this is my profile. See, I edited, I gave a arch like opening to this. Okay, if I see it in 3D view, this is how the opening looks. Okay, so this is how we use wall, create wall and modify our walls according to our requirement. So this is it for now. See you in the next video.
Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. We have a quiz for you waiting in the description. Do take the quiz to check your understanding. Also, we offer full BIM Revit courses. Details are given in the description. See you in the next video.